Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Come
Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Resilience Risings, this Monday morning way to get your life together and right. We out here in these streets today. We out in the streets of Texarkana. It's Coach Cookie, as always, and I got a special guest here with me today. So we finna have a whole good, deep old conversation about some great stuff. Before we get started, make sure that y'all like and follow Mogul TV, tap in, listen in, tune in, all of the things, okay? I want y'all on this. I want you up and in the morning listening to me talk because I like to hear me talk. So I want you to like to hear me talk too. So I have my special guest here with me today, someone who is near and dear to my heart. It is my sister, Nikki. And we're going to talk about sisters today. So I hope y'all ready. We're going to talk about some good stuff. And I want y'all to tune in. So, Nikki, come join me, girl.
Yay, my sister.
Yes.
Okay, where's my applause at?
I got you. Yes.
Don't we love it?
Yes.
Hey, sister.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
I'm so glad to have you here.
I am.
Yes.
So we definitely gotta cover our background. Like
we do. We gotta go over it. We gotta go over it.
Yeah, for sure.
So we finna tell y'all how we got to the point that we at, because this is a long-standing situation. So I'm gonna let her tell y'all.
Okay. So first things first, I applied for McDonald's when I was 16 years old. Okay. When I went to work at McDonald's, I was like bullied by these older women, and you know who you are because we all live in Texarkana.
Mm-hmm.
And she had my back. Like, she had my back. She was like, we're not having this, you know, and they respected her. So, I mean, it all was well. And then from there, it just went up from there. She's been in my life for 20 years now.
Yes.
We're in our 30s now.
Don't tell our age.
We're in our but we look great. I mean, come on
Okay.
now. Look at this figure. She's a coach, for heaven's sake.
Yes.
But we met, and the rest is history. And I love her to death.
Yes. Yes. So we're going to talk through some things, even what she just started with, the mean girls, okay? It is mean girls out there, and it does not stop when you're a teenager. That stuff keep going. We don't want to be the mean girls, and we don't want to surround ourselves with the mean girls. So we're finna talk through this stuff, because as we go and we grow and we mature in life, we got to watch our circle. And I want y'all to be mindful of who you keep around you, the company that you keep. So I want you to talk to me about challenges that you faced as a professional. So things change, things still challenge you. Having an educational background or being in a higher professional realm does not make those things go away. So you have to be mindful of them. You have to be aware of them, and you have to know how to react to them. So I just want to talk through that. Tell me about what challenges you've seen and how you've dealt with them.
So some of the things, some challenges that I face in the workplace, in my type of work environment, are just the community and the environment, if you will. One thing I noticed is that a lot of us Black women in particular, we find that we want to compete with each other instead of build each other up. You know, you hear this phrase, fix each other's crown, fix each other's crown. But my issue is, maybe because I'm a small town girl, I haven't experienced many Black women fixing my crown. Instead, I've experienced some of the Black women competing with me or thinking that they're in competition with me when all I want to do is work with them.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, this is raw. A lot of people don't get the raw, unedited version of Nikki Reed. But I'm here today on my sister's show to show you. Yeah. This is my story, and this is what I've experienced. I don't see a community here yet. And that's why I came to my sister here to say, hey, these people out here got their own bubbles, but how about we create our own bubble? A bubble that welcomes other young Black women, a bubble that displays, you know, positivity, love, and embrace young Black women. You see what I'm saying? Why can't we do that? And I feel like now's the perfect time. So that's just some of the challenges I face. And I'll tell you how I overcome that. And I'm telling y'all my secret here.
Yes.
I love you.
Yes.
I love you. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this about me. But I do. I have a prayer closet. A lot of people have prayer closets, but a lot of us don't share that. That's a very intimate time for me. I go in this closet and it's just me and the Lord. In this closet, I can't lie to him. I can't BS him. I gotta open up. I gotta tell him what's going on. And in that closet, he gives me answers. He keeps me strong. He keeps me guarded. He protects me. And no matter what I face, that might be the people that don't really care for me or the people that's not accepting of me, he's going to always protect me. And that's how I overcome those challenges.
So I appreciate you being open about that, because I feel like that's one way that we fail a lot of times is we don't want to talk about those intimate, those secret, those things like that. And somebody needs to hear it.
Absolutely.
So a lot of times it may be somebody out there that wanted to create a prayer closet and they like, don't nobody do that. So they're thinking other people are not doing it. So now I'm not going to do it. So you're a voice that can say, yes, this is the thing. This is how I get through. So I think that is fantastic. We want to set the stage. We want to help other people. And that's the difference between us and a lot of the mean girls, because they're so in competition with everybody else. I don't want to give you nothing that's going to help you be as good as I am. And a lot of times we miss blessings because we're trying to block somebody else's blessing and keep them from going somewhere, and it's really hindering us.
Right.
Whatever God got in store for us is our thing. We ain't got to worry about nobody else taking what God got in store for us. So all we can do is stay our path. So I love it. I love that you have a prayer closet.
Absolutely.
Love it, love it, love it. And then you talked about creating our own bubble. So for those of y'all that don't know, I'm sure I've said it at some point, and y'all that's watching on the East Coast probably think I'm country as all get out, and it's okay. I'm all right with it. Yes, I'm from the South, from a tiny city called Texarkana, and it is a little bit different here than what you see in other places. So I think that a lot of the challenges that we face are geographical challenges.
I agree.
And I talked to you about when I went to InvestFest. So like here in our town, a lot of times it is the cliques, the certain people that hang out together, even with the organizations that we have here. If you don't know somebody, you can't get in. And if your family is not this certain family, you can't get in. Right. And so it limits the social circles that you can move in.
Limits opportunity.
Yes. But sometimes you got to get out of your town and go some other places. Yeah. So like when I went to InvestFest, it was so refreshing to see other Black women working together for us to build each other up, promote each other. We was doing a picture contest. That is my competition. I'm in competition with all of y'all here to win this $100,000. We all competing. Like we all came together, not all of us, but it was about 6 of us, went in a room, practiced our pitches in front of each other, gave each other feedback on what to do. And I feel like here in town, I would never get that. But we have to move sometimes, though. You got to move, and you can't limit yourself to where you are and block your list. Sometimes you just got to get up and go see other things to know what you need.
That's true.
But within your own community, it's up to us to change the narrative.
Yeah, the narrative.
Yes. So you talked about your prayer closet. What do you feel like you can do as far as creating and cultivating a space for other women like us that want to build each other up, that want to learn from each other, that ain't trying to hold the secrets and hold each other down, that we're open, we're growing, we're working together?
I think just starting a community, like what you're doing here with Resilient Studios. Like you're bringing like Black women in who have these businesses. Like you're bringing us together in a sense. And I love that you're doing that. I think if we can continue to do that, like I think one day you had like a feed party.
Yes.
And that was one of the most empowering experiences I have ever experienced. And I think everybody was in the room crying.
Yes.
And I honestly left a changed person. And that was just a beautiful experience. And I think more events like that just within the community would definitely help. I think just the narrative as a whole needs to change. I think the mindset of women the Black women sometimes need to change. It's not always a competition.
Mm-hmm.
If we say we want to fix each other crowns, let's actually do that instead of competing with each other. I hope I answered.
You did. I love it.
That's
I
just-
love it. I
that's how
love
I
it.
feel.
Yes. All right. So, sister, I love you. I love you. I thank you for talking to me today because I feel like it was an amazing, much needed talk. Much needed. I do want to ask, because I'm all about a call for action. Like you done gave me what I needed. You done talked to me about the things. Now, what do I need to do from today in order to get where I'm going, in order to be that change, in order to be that difference maker? So if you can leave with us maybe 2 things that we can work on or 2 things that we can do in order to get to that place to where we are cultivating sisterhood, what would those 2 things?
So one of the 2 things is start immediately. Don't waste. If you want to prosper or if you want to go to the next level, definitely start praying now.
Yeah.
Just start manifesting it now, saying, this is what I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to do. Not when, but this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Second thing, always stay true to yourself. My sister Beyonce, we actually just had a conversation about that. The importance of staying true to yourself, because no matter what, you will always have yourself and God first. Always.
Love it. Love it. Love it. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna leave you with the last words. I want you to shout out anybody you want to shout out, give thanks to anybody you want to give thanks to. But on the heels of her saying my fiance, baby is a Kimberman. So thank you, babe. We love you. Him. Okay. So who you want to shout out? What you got to leave with the people?
I want to shout out my mama.
Yes, mama, we made it.
Mama, we made it.
Yes.
Daddy, I love you.
Yes.
You always call me a knucklehead, but I made it. No, in my current employment situation, I love it to death. I'm a counselor, by the way, and I love what I do. And what I do is always going to be for the kids. And I love y'all so much. I love my job so much, and I love you all. Be blessed.
Yes. All right, y'all. Coach Cookie, Resilience Rising is over and out. Again, tune in, Mobile TV. We in that thing, all right? We love y'all. Bye.
Waking up with stars in our eyes, we see the world through new sunrise.
Won't need another, this one here really do it for you.
Baby, you need love for each other. Yeah, baby, I'm in love for each other. Baby, come down to love for each other. Let me show you how to love for each other. 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 Love for each other.
Now it's my turn to tell y'all about my big bro Gerard and the podcast crew.
Good morning. It is your girl. And today is Monday. And it's where you get your inspirational love note from your girl IC on Rise and Energize Her. So first of all, I want to say, hey, I love you. I am glad to be here. As you can see, there is no love note on this shirt, but I do have one for you. And it is one of full transparency today. I am here before you, but I am physically tired. And so it wasn't a Rise and Energize Her moment, but I knew that me getting here would help me push through this fatigue that I feel. And it is a fatigue that has come from a very beautiful moment in our family's life where God has birthed out the promise in the natural for my daughter that they said would not carry a baby. But that baby has come full term and has now been birthed into the earth. And I'm grateful for that. But I can honestly tell you that to be able to travail over 36 hours as a midwife to make sure that my baby delivered the promise of God was one that was joyous, but I feel the fatigue of it. So there are moments in our life that we will have the joyous outcomes, but there is the heaviness that will come in the physical body and even in our spirits, because sometimes it doesn't come right away. It will come with a long travailing of laboring through this thing to get it birthed out. And so I was like, Lord, I know I got to get up this morning and to get before my beautiful radiant flowers and to give them some love and some inspiration. And even in my physical fatigue, I still got up and I pressed through. And I just wasn't going to get on here and just act like, oh, baby, I'm just full of this big bolt of energy, because there are times in life that we get tired. There are times that we just want to just say, Lord, just give me one more hour, God. And God says, I'm going to strengthen you, but you're going to have to get up and you're going to have to press. And just know that there is somebody in your bouquet that will strengthen you too. And so I thank him for being a God of his word in my life. I thank him that even though this fatigue is on my body, that God has been faithful in the promise in my daughter's life and in my family. I'm thankful that God allowed me to be alive and in the earth, to be the midwife in my daughter's life, to be over there and to watch God move in such a miraculous way. Even when things looked like it was going in a different direction, God was faithful, but he was a sustainer. So I'm thankful that he equipped me to be strong, that he equipped me and saw fit, that in the place that even though it wasn't my labor pains, to birth out purpose in the natural, he was a sustainer, that I could be there for my daughter in the most beautiful moment of her life. So this fatigue is worth it. This fatigue is worth it. Because he was faithful. He was faithful. And I see, got a chance to hold this beautiful miracle that he promised he would give my baby. So fatigue comes with the assignment that God has on our lives, and I just want you to know that it's okay to say that you're tired. It's okay to express that and to keep on getting up and moving in your calling, because there is a God that is there to strengthen you, to hold you up, because he knows that you're going to endure to the end for his glory. So this is not your normal love note, but I do know that I'm thankful that God saw fit for me to be the midwife with my daughter in the promise that he said was hers to have. So I encourage you to lean on your midwives, because there are women that are here to help you carry out the purpose that God has for your life, to bring it into the earth, to make sure that they're there to help you through every contraction that is going to be able to push forth the purpose that you have to birth out. so that you can fulfill the promises that God has for your life. And I know that sometimes we want it to happen just like that. But there are some long hours sometimes that you're going to have to travail. Sometimes it may be a couple of years, a couple of months. And always be prepared for the unexpected, because we can put a due date that we want it. But what happens when he wants it to come a little bit faster, or he may push it back a little bit, but it's still unexpected because we have a set date that we said that we want to do it. And he says, no, it's now. And some of us going to have the bags packed, ready to move forward, and some of us are not. But in the end, our steps are ordered. And he's going to make sure everything runs smooth, even when the unexpected happens when we're ready to deliver. Because there are times that we think we're going to have natural births, and you may have to have an emergency cesarean, or you may have to have the epidural or the medicine that you didn't want because you wanted it to just be natural. But he says sometimes I may shift the thing, but you're still going to birth it out. So all I know is be prepared for the unexpected, and be prepared that if the fatigue comes with it, God is a sustainer that will breathe a newness and a refreshing back into you. But I challenge you to always be honest with yourself when you have these moments when you are fatigued. But it isn't one that has you fatigued that it has you in the valley. But you are fatigued because you made it to the mountaintop and you didn't abort the mission. That you stood even when you only probably got an hour of sleep in 36-hour process to get there. But I'm thankful today because God is a man of his word. God is a promise keeper, and I am a witness to it. Yeah, I'm a witness to it. So like I say, it was one of these days that I just was fatigued in my body, but my spirit is full of joy. And I really didn't have a energizeHER moment. But I knew if I got in front of you all, and I knew if I got here to be able to just be transparent, that the Holy Spirit was going to do what it was going to do. So my heart is full of joy. My spirit is overjoyed. My heart is so thankful unto God that even in this fatigue moment, there is a manifestation of the promise that he promised my daughter and my family that came out of it. So I will leave you with this. Even in the midst of all that you may be going through, to be able to press and birth out the promises of God, or anything that in your life that you have that God is wanting you to fulfill, it will be manifested. Even with fatigue, it will be manifested. And just be free enough to say, I'm tired, but I travailed. So be blessed on today. I see loves you all. And I'll get to talk more about this blessing that I have and the addition that has been added to my family. Yeah, it's a beautiful Monday. And I thank God that I'm alive to see the manifestation of his promises. I love you all. I love you all to life. Have a beautiful, beautiful morning. And thank you for experiencing this raw moment with your girl I see. I love you.